he picked the wrong family, and not scared of a conflict, and we're not scared. We're not running. We're coming at him.
But it just tells the story of it's the evil and the ugliness of people's hearts these days is everywhere.
Well, good morning, you guys. Welcome to the think tank. How you doing, Connor? Well, hello, Shauna. Have you been out of the loop also? Have you been ill or busy? We've been getting a lot of rain here, which is good because the other part of Canada is burning down. It sounds like New York's getting a shit kick in. So yeah, we're at about 13, and I don't think we're going to get much more. And I do believe it's supposed to rain for about the next week. So hopefully you guys are doing a little bit better weather-wise. So what do you guys think of this Kouri Richins? Oh my God. So by the sounds of things, she very well may have fed her husband fentanyl and then wrote a book about it. Unreal. But the $2 million house that she wanted that they were disagreeing with through a party. Oh, are you getting storms too, Connor? You're out east, aren't you? If I remember correctly. Out east needs some rain. So does actually northern Alberta, BC, Saskatchewan. Oh, in the south. Okay. Yeah, be safe. I did a live the other day, or maybe it was a video, and I was trying to get it done really fast because the storm was rolling in, and just towards the end of the stream, it's like, okay, I gotta go. So I have brought up a few things on this Kouri Richins. Like, what the hell was she thinking? Unreal. Let me see what I got here. First, alcohol. Let's see here. Go. Market set. Go.
Spirit made of VSOP
What's going on here? Come on.
cognac, aged first in fine-grained oak. How cocktail on
I wonder if it's due to the weather. Okay.
Unexpectedly last year. So it's
This is
March
her.
4th was a 1-year anniversary for us. And he was 39. It completely took us all by shock. And we have 3 little boys, 10, 9, and 6. And, we my kids and I kind of wrote this book on the different emotions and grieving processes that we've experienced last year.
One never knows the look of a psycho, do they? Look at this pretty girl. And she's broken in the brain. Yeah, she hooked up with Amazon and wrote herself up a book on grief. So let's see here. Eric Richins, 39. Suspected that Kouri Richins, 33.
Keep it quilted means you keep it the best.
No. Go away. Go away. Things are running a little slow, aren't they? So, was carrying on
3 layers of plush comfort you can see and feel. Keep it quilted because the best parts of your life deserve the best. So don't settle for anything less. Keep it quilted with...
There, I think I got it. Okay, so Eric thought that Kouri, 33, was carrying on an extramarital relationship before the alleged poisoning with fentanyl-laced Moscow Mule. I'm not sure what that is, a Moscow Mule. In March 2022, the family attorney, Greg Skordas, told Fox Digital. And who are we talking to? New York Post right now is got this out, and they are in the description. So he had concerns previously, and he also had reason to believe she was having a relationship that was continuing through the marriage, apparently in person, Skordas told the outlet. Eric also feared for his own safety, telling some members of the family that he thought she was trying to hurt him. At one point, he said, if something happens to me, check out Kouri. I think she's trying to unalive me. What the hell? The attorney told the Post on Thursday that despite his alarming suspicions, Eric stayed with his wife to spare their 3 young sons from growing up in a broken home. He lived with those boys, he said. I believed he would have stayed in a less than desirable relationship if it meant he could do the right thing by them. Wow. The look of a psycho. Who would know, right? So she's been charged with first-degree aggravated and 3 counts of second-degree possession of controlled substance with intent to distribute. Eric had previously told a pal he believed Kouri was trying to poison him after he became ill following a February 14th, 2022 Valentine's Day dinner at home. Oh my God, woman. According to court documents, in the battle between the couple's family for his $3.6 million estate. The slain man's sister also told the court he became violently ill after Kouri gave him a drink during a trip to Greece several years ago, telling her he thought his wife had tried to unalive him. Meanwhile, Skordas also thought to dispel public speculation that Eric suffered from a problem and OD'd by himself. The government has alleged that the individual who sold the defendant the fentanyl, which ultimately caused her husband's death, has given them a statement and has admitted that she sold fentanyl pills to the defendant. In fact, she sold several types of opiates at that time. Like, there's divorce. I don't get this. Sick chick. Everyone knew that he didn't do opiates. He didn't do any kind of those, and he didn't abuse controlled substances at all. Shortly before his death, Kouri allegedly tried to name herself beneficiary of his life insurance policy, but Eric reportedly changed it back to his sister's name without telling his wife. Good job. So my guess is that'll be the one that probably ends up raising these boys. Unreal. So Eric later warned his family that if anything happens, she was to blame, according to court records. Wow. This is that house she wanted so badly that she bought right after he died. The husband died March 4th, 2022, just a day before Kouri closed on a $2 million deal to buy a 22,000 square foot home, a deal for which he had refused to pay, according to the documents obtained by KPCW. I'm just going to see if this is some kind of paperwork I don't have. I've been looking for paperwork. More paperwork. Okay, I might have this one up already. 2 weeks later, she put the property back on the market, trying to more than double her money by flipping it for nearly $5 million. Kouri later went on to pen a tearjerker children's book about coping with grief. The nerve. Unreal. Kouri faced charges of first-degree aggravated unaliving and multiple counts of second-degree possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute. She's due back in court May 19th. I'll have to look up that one, see if there's transcripts. Unreal, hey guys? I really don't know why this is giving me trouble today. Did Connor leave the building? Oh, okay. When EMS got to the house, there was an empty bottle. Okay. Do you know, I don't know much about this stuff. I don't know if they press, maybe both. Like maybe both is what I'm kind of thinking. I mean, I guess, yeah, like people my age even get into that crap, and I have absolutely no idea what would possess someone to take something that's going to either kill him or give him like a horrible addiction. It just doesn't make sense to me. But so this is that house. Unfinished Midway mansion could have a buyer.
And it's sticky and it's delicious. So that's a really easy recipe. And thing to remember about eggplant is
No. The building is on 8.75 acres and the property is over 20,000 square feet. Look at the size of that thing. Unreal. And the other one is a guest house, 3,000 square feet. And that's not that one, I don't think. Well, it could be, right? Probably is. Public search warrant says it's going to cost nearly $2 million, so that Eric thought it was too expensive. That's fair. Monday, Summit County Sheriff's deputies arrested Kouri, who was charged with his death with 5 times the lethal dose of that crap. Search warrants say Eric's family members thought he planned to tell Kouri they weren't buying the Midway mansion the day after her husband passed away on March 5th. Kouri closed on the deal. She held a gathering at the family home that day too, and according to search warrants, it was that Kouri learned she'd been cut out of Eric's will, making her financially unstable. Well, good. 2 weeks after he passed away, Kouri put the home, was back on the, good Lord, let's try that again. 2 weeks after Eric died, Kouri put the home, was back up online with an asking price of about $4.8 million. And now there is a buyer. Let's see. I don't think I can make it bigger. That's kind of cool. Look at that. Whoa. What the hell would you ever do with a house like that? Oh my God. Look at that balcony. Oh, whoa. Jazzy Mon. Sorry, guys. I think she was a real estate agent. It is unreal. Are they going in? They're going in. Yeah, I think she was in real estate, and I can't remember, but I know that he had money. Look at that. Yeah. Is it 2,000? I thought it was 3,000. You're probably right. It's big. Well, hello, James. Happy Sunday. This is the house that Kouri Richins bought just after she allegedly unalived her husband. Look at that house. Oh, it's gorgeous. The husband didn't want to buy it, but she did. And she bought it the day after he passed away. And then she found out that she wasn't in his will. Oh my God, look at that. James, this house here is 22,000 square feet. Can you imagine? Jazzy, no. Oh my God, this is Kardashian type house. Shauna, you're so awesome. She bought it for $2 million. It was not complete. It was still, I think there was still construction. She tried to get $5 million, like 2 weeks after she bought it. Look at that pool. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, I'll look again, but I'm pretty sure it still was under construction. It wasn't all ready to live in, I don't think. I'll double check. A bowling alley. Oh, me either. I wouldn't want to. Well, I guess I was going to say I wouldn't want to clean it, but I guess if you can afford the house, you can afford to get the person to clean the house. Oh, look at that. A slide all the way down to this next. Okay, we got to go back to that. That was way too cool. Okay, let's go back. So look at this, eh? A slide from the other floor. I would be so taking that. Foosball table. Ping pong. A slide. Oh my God. I would so do something like that. Oh my God, the closets. I could use those now. Oh, I'd get lost too. Was that a pool table? Did we just look at one, James? Let's go back. Come on. This damn house. Oh, no. Okay. Let's see. Okay. No, cannot do. Wow. It is massive. Gonna have to have 2 hot cars. I'm surprised there's no pool table either, though. Why? What's going on here? Yeah. What's going on? My mouse is not working? Uh-oh. Oh, absolutely. Me too. Okay, there's something different here. Watch out, ladies. Can do that. Watch out, girls. My mouse stopped working. Does this one work? Oh, la, la, la. Okay. We got this. Yeah, you'd think so. You'd certainly think so. Can you imagine? Oh, my word. I wish I could make that bigger for you guys. I tried. It is. Yeah, her husband said no to this. So she went and bought it like a day or two later after her party. She had to have that party first. I love that slide. That's been my favorite feature. Whoa. Like, what the hell would you do with all of this? What the frick? Look at all those beds. No, no. I think you're right. The Turpins. She doesn't even have that many kids. She's got 3 kids. Why does she need 14 beds? It would. Still the best part. Like, look at the size of these rooms. Oh, Lord. Right, James? Get Koresh in there. Unreal. I don't understand why people buy places like this. I mean, they're really cool to look at. But why? When would you ever would you ever use all of that? Wow. It just goes on and on. Oh my God, is that a pole? Okay, is that a oh, that's that slide. Oh, that's it. Like, look at again, more. Why do you need all these beds for kids? Ew. Like, Who wants to have a house with 30 kids running around it? Not me. I move out. They can have the house. I just don't either. Unless she bought it strictly to flip. Then I can kind of get it. Right? I'd want the whole suit on. How long is this? This is like, what? Oh, little ways yet. A little better than halfway. Oh my goodness. This could have been just a video on its own. I like that couch. That one in there. I gotta go over there. I like this. That's right my style. Squeetos. Damn mosquitoes. $5 million TVs. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Ah, there's your pool table. There it is. And that's an outdoor deck. That's kind of cool. Right? Exactly. Oh, look at that TV way down there. That's kind of cool. It's like a maze. For whatever reason, I started watching that Kardashians. I never have for as long as I've been on, I've never watched it. But now, like when I'm not feeling, it's kind of like brain dead TV, right? You just watch like the ridiculousness of the Kardashians, in my opinion. Well, you see in their houses and they're like freaking monsters, like this thing. And one of them will be someone will show up to visit, and there's one person sitting like in this great big movie theater watching something on one, and it's like, what? I wouldn't like that. I like a cozy little area. I don't want a theater where I'm always by myself. Oh, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Wasn't that something? Whoa. That was a big damn house. I don't understand. Each to their own. But I'm wondering if she didn't buy it to flip it. Because I mean, a couple weeks later, she was putting it up for like 5,000. So what is this here? Prosecutors provide more information about alleged marital troubles between Camas couple Kouri Richins faces 4 felony counts. Detention hearing moved to June 12th. That's like tomorrow. June 12th. Mixed up Kouri Richins. Did you guys watch that Kohlberger gag order stuff yesterday? I haven't watched it yet. So there is our little psychopath there. The Camas mother charged with the death of her husband was scheduled to appear in court this week, but she will remain in jail for at least another month as new filings made by prosecutors on Thursday provide a more detailed timeline of the alleged marital troubles between the couple. The Summit County Attorney's Office amended its charging documents against 33-year-old Kouri Richins to include additional information about what they argued was a financial motive to attack her spouse. Defense attorneys representing Kouri filed a motion to continue the detention hearing, which has been scheduled for Friday afternoon, to give them more time to respond to the 4 felony charges. The 3rd District Court granted the motion, and the hearing was rescheduled for June. Kouri is charged with a first-degree felony and 3 counts of possession with intent to distribute a controlled substance, a second-degree felony stemming from the March 4th, 2022 I'm trying this all over. March 4th, 2022, death of Eric. Officials determined Eric passed away after ingesting 5 times the lethal dose. Oh my goodness, today. What's going on here? I don't know here, friends, what I'm doing. There we go. And I'm back. She's out there screaming. Put you over here now. And there. Sorry about that. The new filings from this week provide a narrative. I better check my volume after all that. The new filings this week provide a narrative from prosecutors about actions Kouri allegedly took that would have allowed her to financially benefit from Eric's death, as well as how she became enraged when she learned she was no longer her husband's trustee. Good on him. According to court documents, Kouri hired a locksmith to drill Eric's safe, which may have contained up to, what do you got? $165,000 in cash. 2 days after his death, before his death, Eric changed the beneficiary of his will to one of his sisters. So she was trying to get that money 2 days after his death. And she did. He had a fairly large will, and she thought she was getting that as well. Neat. According to court documents, she hired that locksmith. Prosecutors said the sister later told Kouri she did not have the authority to open the safe, which allegedly caused her to punch the sister in the face and neck. Wow. Deputies were dispatched to the Camas home and called Eric's estate planning lawyer to the scene. It was then that Kouri learned about the existence of the Eric Richins Living Trust. Court documents are stating Kouri later sued Eric's sister for control over the estate. A petition filed by the Richins family seek to disqualify Kouri from receiving any benefits under Eric's estate, and alleged she had a financial motive to unalive him. You know, my tongue gets you get looking at these words. Okay, not allowed to say that. No. My tongue starts tripping. It's like, oh my word, it's amazing what you can't say. So the amendments also state Kouri applied for a new $100,000 life insurance policy on Eric in early 2022. The policy was issued 1 month before he passed away. Kouri also purchased at least 4 other life insurance policies on Eric with aggregate death benefits to close to $2 million without his knowledge. How is it that people can do that? How can you actually go and get like insurance on somebody that you without telling them? Like, that's horrible. So just anybody can do this? I've heard about it lots, but I've never really researched it. It's like, how do you get insurance on someone else without them knowing? That's questionable in my mind right away. Nearly 1 week after the newest policy took effect, on February 11th, Kouri allegedly obtained fentanyl from an acquaintance known as CL in court documents. Prosecutor said she paid $900 for between 15 and 30 of those pills, and that Kouri had contacted the acquaintance for fentanyl several times in January. For crying out loud. Several days later, Kouri allegedly served Eric a sandwich with a love note that made him very ill. He told friends he believed that she was trying to poison him. Whoa. Eric has told friends and or family that if anything happened to him, it would be Kouri to check out. The acquaintance told deputies Kouri contacted her in late February 2022. Documents state Kouri told CL that these pills she previously provided were not strong enough and asked that she obtain something stronger, some of the Michael Jackson stuff. What the hell? Prosecutors said Kouri obtained more fentanyl around March 9th, 2022. Like the other drop-offs, it was left at a vacant house in Midway that Kouri owned. Court filings indicate Kouri began experiencing serious financial troubles in 2016, 3 years after she married Eric, and started stealing money from her husband to help her flip houses. So she was flipping. Documents state Eric was unaware of the theft until September 2020, when he discovered Kouri had withdrawn more than $100,000 total from his bank accounts and said that she charged more than 30 grand to his credit cards. She's accused of using the money that was intended to pay for Eric's tax obligations. Oh, good God, for her own benefit. So she has retained Salt Lake City-based attorney Sky Lazaro. The amendments state that a lengthy phone call between the IRS on March 3rd, Kouri's outstanding state and federal tax liability was almost $200,000, and she owed hard money lender at least $1.8 million. Oh my God. What the hell? Ooh, that was the first thing I popped up when I looked. John Belushi. Okay. This woman, like, what the actual hell? I do have the charging documents. I'll just kind of finish up seeing if there's... Well, hello, Mind of Monsters. You're doing great. I will share every time I see something. I promise, I promise. Okay, so there's that monster. Oh, you know, okay, Michaela's case, Mind of Monsters. I did, I posted it all over on Twitter. I know you're on there. So I did that and I stuck it in some Facebook. And I might do a video if I can get some research. I know I don't have what you're looking for as far as like those big creators, but I would certainly like to help. And Seattle's not that far. I'm on the West Coast, so not a problem. And I'll continue to do so. Whatever I see, I will share. Okay, back to this woman here. Aggravated unaliving, 3 counts of possession. Let's see if there's anything in here we don't know. I think that's wild that they're saying, he said, that if anything happened to him, she was to blame. And he was telling people that he thought that she was trying to unalive him. Like, it was out there. And the fact that she did this on, like, back in 2022 on Valentine's Day, gave her a sandwich and gave him a sandwich, and he broke into hives and couldn't breathe. He had to use his son's EpiPen and Benadryl. So God only knows what she gave him that time. According to the probable cause statement, Summit County Sheriff's Office deputies and first responders came to the Richins house around 3 a.m. on March 4th, 2022, and found Eric on the floor at the foot of his bed. They attempted life-saving measures, but he was pronounced. During interviews with Kouri Richins, the 33-year-old told investigators that about 9 p.m. the night prior, they had been celebrating her closing on a house for her business, the document states. She made her husband a Moscow Mule, I don't know what that is, which he drank in bed. Kouri went to sleep shortly after, she told police, and woke up around 3 a.m. to find Eric cold to the touch. The day after Eric's death, Kouri closed on the home alone, the affidavit states. She later invited her friends over for a large party at her home where she was drinking and celebrating. What the actual hell is that? So an autopsy and toxicology findings determined that he did pass away from a fentanyl overdose and that he had 5 times the legal dosage. Medical examiner also stated that the fentanyl in his system was illicit fentanyl and not medical grade fentanyl. Oh, isn't that something? I don't know much about this thing except everyone's dying from it. During a search warrant, Kouri Richins' phone and several computers were seized. As evidence, investigators found texts on her phone with some identified as CL, who she asked if she could get these prescription pain medications from. So she was getting hydrocodone pills, which Kouri told CL to leave at the house. She was flipping in Midway. Kouri owned the house from December 2021 to January 2022. And then she asked CL again for some more, but this time she wanted some of that Michael Jackson stuff, specifically fentanyl, which isn't the Michael Jackson stuff, but 2 weeks later, February 26th, 2022, Kouri again asked CL for more fentanyl. 6 days later, Eric was dead. And again, it's talking about how he had changed his life insurance to his sister, and that is awesome. He wanted her cut out of the will, the document stated. So yeah, there we go. Kouri Richins has an active real estate license according to the Utah Department of Commerce Real Estate Division. The company associated with her is listed as Conrad Cruz Real Estate Services. On Wednesday afternoon, the company declined comment. And then her book. Damn. Are you with me? So she started promoting it, and it was out on Amazon, but they have since removed it. The book's description calls it a heartwarming and reassuring book that gently guides children through the difficult experience of losing a loved one. What the hell? Written by a loving mother who personally faced this challenge. And descriptions continue. This book is designed to offer comfort and solace to young minds in a way that is both accessible and engaging. So have you guys seen this when she appeared on KTVX? I might have it on here. And it's just her basically promoting that book. It's like sick shit. Yeah, in which she said that her husband passed away unexpectedly last year. She noted March 4th, the 1-year anniversary of his death, adding it completely took us all by shock. Sit down, girls. All by shock. My kids and I wrote this book on different emotions, grieving process that we've experienced last year, hoping it can kind of help other kids, deal with this. I like her, the way she's putting this, kind of finding happiness some way or another. She speaks kind of like that, kind of this, kind of that. There's not the professionalism sounding. On Tuesday evening, the editor's note was added to the interview's webpage that stated Richins appeared on the show 1 month before she was arrested. Yeah, unreal. Kouri Richins. Yeah, she talks very laid back, I guess, would be for promoting something. Guess we all have our own way, right? I guess. Let's look at this. Okay, so Kouri was arrested May 8th for the death of Eric Richins, March 2002. Prosecutor, 2002? Yeah, no, 2022. The case against Kouri includes claims by Eric's family and friends that he told them that he thought his wife was trying to do this on a trip to Greece back in 2019 and on Valentine's Day 2022. But in their motion filed with the court, Kouri's attorney said there's not been a single text message or any other document from prosecutors proving Eric told anyone he thought Kouri was trying to do this. And witnesses contradict all those allegations. They explain Eric's illness in Greece was the result of a waitress giving Eric a mixed drink after he said he couldn't drink alcohol due to medication he was on for Lyme disease. The defense says 6 friends were with Eric and Kouri at the time he became sick, but none of them witnessed Kouri handling Eric's drink. As for Valentine's Day, Kouri's attorneys say Eric wasn't feeling well after eating lunch that she had bought him. So he took a nap in his office. From there, he sent Kouri a text saying he wished she was with him. He went home after his nap and spoke to the kids' nanny, who said Eric wasn't acting ill and said he seemed completely normal as he took the children to soccer practice. So he was speaking to quite a few people about his suspicions. Eric's name for her on his phone was my princess. Wow. Also, the defense motion filed Friday. Attorneys quote witnesses who say Eric was a partier and loved a good time. And they recounted stories about trips and drinking and that stuff in Hawaii, Africa, New Orleans, Las Vegas, and Mexico. And we do know that she thought she had a reason financially. All of those life insurance that she took out on him, and the one that she thought she was getting from him that he gave to her sister, his sister. We're talking about the party. The night Eric died on March 3rd, 2022, Kouri's attorney says she made Eric a drink around 9:15 p.m. She then went to sleep in one of the children's bedrooms because the child was having a nightmare. The defense says Eric used his cell phone over the next 2.5 hours, trying to make arrangements to get the horns from an animal he had recently shot on a hunting trip to Mexico. When Kouri returned to Eric around 3 a.m., she discovered he was not breathing and called 911. The witness. The main witness in the prosecution's case, the person they say gave Kouri the drugs that killed her husband, is currently on probation for several felony charges, and the defense argues that this witness could be giving information as a get-out-of-jail-free card. After prosecutors told the witness their statements weren't strong enough. The defense claims the witness testimony evolved to conform with the law enforcement's theory of the case. In addition, the defense says amended information from the state in regards to the witness is rife with inconsistencies, and such inconsistencies cast serious doubt on the credibility and reliability of the testimony provided by the witness. Once the shitty thing about defense is literally they can throw anything out there and see what's going to stick. So you never really know if they're speaking the truth or if they're just trying to get something to stick. Kouri's attorney said she should not be in jail before her trial because the state lacks the evidence to support the charges against her. I don't know about that. The defense also says the state has no evidence Kouri would benefit financially from Eric's death, except all of those life insurance policies. So, yeah. The prosecution, Summit County attorneys defend their case saying substantial evidence does exist to support the aggravated charges against Kouri Richins. I don't know. I think so. From what I've read so far, in my opinion, not a pro. Only Kouri could have administered this to Eric the night he passed away. She was the only one there, her and the kids, right? And like it says here, the kids are all under 9 years old. And everybody says that Eric was not one that was into illegal substances. He didn't use, apart from the occasional THC gummy. Oh no, not that. Okay. The county attorney's office said Kouri gave demonstrably, I'm tripping over my tongue, false information regarding the night Eric died, saying she went to sleep in the child's room about 9 p.m. But cell phone records show she browsed the internet until after 10 p.m. And there's a 14-minute delay from when she unlocked her phone at 3:07 and when she called 911 at 3:22. In addition, she deleted her text messages from her phone the night that he passed away. Unreal. As for her financial situation, prosecutors maintain her small house flipping business was drowning in nearly $2 million in debt. Only Kouri had a right to Eric's money if he passed away due to premarital agreement they signed in which they gave up rights to each other's assets, except if Eric passed away while they were lawfully married, and they were. But he was smart about that, wasn't he? Also, prosecutors say they found incriminating internet searches on an iPhone found in Kouri's dresser drawer on her side of the bed during a search of the home the day she was arrested. Some of the searches they discovered on the phone include, oh, here we go again. How poisoning death is reflected on a death certificate. Oh, here we go again. What was that other case, guys, that we just... And he looked up how to do this to a 105-pound woman. Oh, he hasn't gone to court yet. It'll come to my mind. Same stupid shit. If deleted text messages can be retrieved. Luxury prisons in America. Luxury prisons. Whether life insurance will pay if a death certificate is pending. And whether police can force someone to take a lie detector test. Also noted was a search for the home address of a detective assigned to the case and contact information for the relative of a second detective. What the hell? Do you guys, what case am I thinking of? The other one. Oh, Anna Walsh, her husband. That's what I was thinking of. I didn't do it. Oh my God. They mentioned a conversation between Kouri and her family in the Summit County Jail that was recorded after her arrest, in which they were discussing how the state needed to prove she is a danger to the community. During the conversation, Kouri's mother said the only person Kouri is in danger to is a relative of Eric's, who is also his trustee. Now, the only person Kouri is a danger to is the relative of Eric's. And this comes from Kouri's mom. The only person Kouri is a danger to is a relative of Eric's, who is also his trustee. Kouri responded, yeah, ha. What the hell? And finally, the prosecution says Kouri Richins is a flight risk, and they have proof she prepared to flee the area. They found a large duffel bag and day packs, one of Kouri and each of her 3 children. The bags contain clothes, shoes, toiletries, camping supplies. They also had copies of important documents like driver's license and social security cards. Really? Okay. So this is state of Utah versus Kouri Darden Richins. Kouri Darden Richins by and through Sky Larazzo of Ray, Quinney, and Nebeker, PC, and Council of Record moves the court pursuant to Article 1, Section 8 of the Utah Constitution. And then they give the code and her previously filed motion to consider defendant's constitutional right to bail. Oh my goodness. To set conditions for her release, including the settings of monetary bail. So this was May 5th, 2023. In light of the facts, circumstances, and law unique to the case, Kouri requests that the court consider her pre-trial release and set conditions for her release. In doing so, this court can order such conditions as electronic monitoring. Jazzy, come on. Electronic monitoring, sit down, and supervision that will satisfy any concerns the court or the state may have in support of this motion. So here we go. Why should she get bail? Let's see what they think. Kouri has lived in the state of Utah for more than 20 years, so she won't run. Kouri met Eric Richmans, in March 2009. Why am I having problems with the numbers? Kouri and Eric quickly developed a relationship and began living together in June of 2009. In January 2012, Kouri and Eric became engaged to be married, and their first child was born in July 2012. In November, they purchased a home located at 282 Willow Court Summit, the family home. So I think what I'm going to do is, this is 33 pages, so I'm not going to go through that right now, but I will download it. And we can go through it later. So let's see what we got going down here further. That's it. That's it for that one. Yes, exactly, Shauna. One of those. And what an idiot. That's right. Internet searches for disposing of bodies. Yeah. Just what? How do you ever explain that stuff? And everything he Googled was like, there was no confusing what it was for. And why not just get a divorce? That, right? Do you know, that's what I think, Shauna. Yeah, the phones. But in my mind, If you're going to go out there and do this to another person, you're not a brainwave as it is. Like, what the hell? But you have the description of him down perfectly. So I've got one more, and then we'll go through the probable cause. This one is from May 19th. So there's really not a lot of new stuff, sadly.
This is Sadie. She's on Verizon, the network she can count on. And now she has my plan, the game-changing new plan that lets her get exactly what she wants and save on every perk. Sadie is moving to the big city and making moves on her plan too. Apple One, on. Now she's got plenty of entertainment for the whole ride. Finally there. Hotspot, on. And she's fully connected before her internet is even installed.
Hey, Mom.
Introducing my plan. Get exactly what you want, only pay for what you need. Switch now and get it for $25 when you bring your phones. It's your Verizon.
It has been more than a year since the death of Eric Richins. Now the family of the father of 3 is speaking out, saying they've long been suspicious of his wife, Kouri.
Does Eric's family believe Kouri killed him?
I think the family has always felt that Kouri was somehow involved in his death.
The 33-year-old real estate agent turned children's book author has been charged with his murder. Police alleging she poisoned her 39-year-old husband last March with a massive dose of fentanyl. And according to court documents, Eric's family told investigators it may not have been the first time she'd poisoned him.
He felt like Kouri was trying to kill him, and that if he did die, that she should be investigated for that.
Investigators say Eric had recently changed his will and life insurance from his wife to his sister and was looking into a divorce. 2 of Eric's friends told detectives he was worried that Kouri would kill him for the money and wanted to ensure his kids were taken care of financially.
It completely took us all by shock.
As Richins was writing this children's book about grief, even promoting it on local TV, investigators were looking into the couple's troubled past.
This whole entire place.
Look at this place.
Will sleep up to 60 people.
The listing agent telling NBC News, Kouri.
60 people. It will hold 60 bloody people. So for anyone who's watching this a little bit later, there was a virtual tour of the inside of this house, and whoa, it's freaking massive.
Is currently selling this house, purchased just a week after her husband's death. Detectives say the couple had argued about the property, which Kouri wanted to flip. The agent says this rendering shows plans for a $4 to $6 million renovation of the 10-acre estate. But police say Eric told his family he no longer wanted to buy the house because it would lose a significant amount of money. The day after Eric was found dead, investigators say Kouri reached a deal on the home. And that same day, threw a party at her house where she was drinking and celebrating.
What the hell? She threw a party. What the hell?
With friends.
The family felt right at the outset
Brazen.
that this had to be a suspicious death.
Now with Kouri behind bars, awaiting her next court hearing, the Richins family is hopeful justice will finally bring an end to Eric's tragic story.
Aaron, investigators have also talked about text messages sent by Kouri Richins on the night of her husband's death. Have you learned more about that?
Yeah, Savannah, according to the arrest warrant, the night of the alleged murder, Kouri was texting one of her best friends. The friend later telling police she couldn't remember what they'd been messaging about. When police asked the friend to see the texts, they'd mysteriously gone missing. Kouri Richins has not entered a plea, but is expected in court next week. Her attorney declined to comment on the case. Savannah?
A lot of moving pieces there, Aaron. Thank you.
Unreal, guys, right? I wonder what makes a person think you're actually going to get away with something like this. Absolutely. That's the thing, James. You can get it from gardens, forest. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Even your house plants. People are just stupid for being such smart creatures. Exactly. Yeah, there is. I remember I was always a plant person. And when my son was young, I had to get rid of like quite a few of them. Even, uh-oh. What are those, the big, it's not coming to me either right now, guys. The red one at Christmas. How come? Oh my goodness. It'll come to me. Hopefully while I'm still chatting with you guys. So charging documents. So state of Utah, Kouri Richins, date of birth April 20th, 1990. Just a baby for acting like such an idiot. The undersigned prosecutor states on information, the belief is the defendant either directly or as a party committed the crimes of criminal homicide, aggravated DV in violation of Utah Code 76-5-202, 2 in brackets, a first-degree felony, that on or about March 3rd, 2022, in Summit County, the state of Utah, the defendant did intentionally or knowingly cause the death of another individual under any of the following circumstances. The actor committed homicide by means of administration of a poison or any lethal substance, or any substance administered in a lethal amount, dosage, or quantity. Furthermore, the defendant was a cohabitant with the victim. Number 2, possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute in violation of Code 58-37-8, 1A3, a secondary felony as follows, to wit, that on January 2022 in Summit County, state of Utah, the defendant did knowingly and intentionally possess the intent to distribute a controlled or counterfeit substance that was A, classified as a Schedule 1 or 2, B, a controlled substance analog, or C, listen to her back there, gamma dihydroxybaric acid listed in Schedule 3. Number 3, possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute. Hey, no. Distribute a controlled or counterfeit substance that was classified as Schedule 1 or 2, controlled substance analog, or gamma hydroxybutyrate. I try. So for possession of controlled substance with intent to distribute, again, I won't go through that all. The information is supported by a statement of probable cause as follows. On March 4th at 3:22 hours, Summit County Sheriff's deputies and EMS staff, I'll bring that up a little bit more, responded to a residence located at 282 Willow Court in Summit County on a report of an unresponsive male. When they arrived, they found Eric Richins on the floor at the foot of the bed. Life-saving measures were attempted, but Eric was declared deceased. During interviews with the deceased's wife, the defendant Kouri Richins, she stated that at around 2100 hours on March 3rd, 2022, she and Eric were celebrating the defendant's closing on a house for her business. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Defendant stated that she made Eric a Moscow Mule, still not sure what that is, in a kitchen and brought it to their bedroom where Eric consumed it while sitting in bed. The only people in the house were defendant, Eric, and their children. Defendant stated she went to bed shortly after he went to sleep in one of the children's bedrooms because the child was having a night terror. Defendant said she woke up about 3 about 3 in the morning, came back to her and Eric's bedroom. She felt Eric and he was cold to the touch. That is when the defendant called 911. Defendant told law enforcement that when she left her room to go to her child's room, She left her phone plugged in next to her bed and did not take it to her child's room. However, between when the defendant said she went to the child's room and when she called 911, the status on her phone shows that it was locked and unlocked multiple times. And there was also movement. Do you guys remember from the Murdoch case, like what those phones can actually tell a person? It came within feet at sometimes. I mean, when they were looking for her phone, they literally were able to track it directly to where it was, like directly to the spot on the road where it was. Okay, so following an autopsy and pursuant to toxicology findings from the autopsy, it was determined that Eric passed away from an OD of fentanyl. Poinsettia, thank you. That's what it is. Was driving me nuts. I was looking at it in my brain. Yeah, do you know, it's funny because deer can eat a lot of things that we can't eat. Like they'll mow down a rhubarb patch, and those leaves are also like deadly. Oh, yes, yes. A famous prisoner in UK in Broadmoor State Hospital. They put him on tea duty. I wish I could remember the story. I think he poisoned a couple of guards. Oh, that's dandelions? Really? Is we make wine out of that stuff out west. Fish tank is the best use. They grow like crazy with something like a frog that don't need much water, nitrous. Yes. There's so many different things out there, though, that can be used. But yeah, I watched deer mow down the rhubarb leaves, and you're not supposed to eat those things. They get you. Okay, so let's see here. Following the autopsy pursuant to toxicology findings from the autopsy. Did I read this? So we had over 5 times the lethal dosage. And they're saying that the fentanyl in his system was illicit fentanyl and not medical grade. I didn't know there was a difference. So it was in the opinion of the OME after evaluating Eric's gastric fluid contents that the fentanyl in Eric's body was ingested orally. After receiving the information regarding the toxicology, a search warrant was obtained for Eric and the defendant's residence. During the service of that search warrant, defendant's phone and several computers were seized as evidence. Warrants were obtained for all of the electronic devices, and the information from those devices was downloaded. When investigators downloaded the defendant's phone, several communications between the defendant and CL were located. CL was identified as the acquaintance of the defendant. A police record check of CL revealed multiple counts of possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute, possession of a controlled substance, and possession of paraphernalia. May 2nd, 2023, Summit County detectives interviewed CL. CL told detectives that sometime between December 2021 and February 2022, the defendant contacted CL via text message and asked if CL could get defendant some prescription pain medication. So we know about this stuff, but we'll go through it again. Within a few days, CL procured hydrocodone pills from a dealer. Defendant told CL to leave the pills in the house the defendant was flipping in Midway. CL left the pills at the house and the defendant left cash. It has been determined that this house was owned by the defendant in December 2022 and January 2023. About 2 weeks later, defendant contacted CL again and said that her investor wanted something stronger and asked for some of the Michael Jackson stuff. The defendant asked specifically for fentanyl. I don't think that's what got him, though. I think it had something to do with nitrous, didn't it? CL contacted the dealer in Ogden on February 11th, 2022, and procured 15 to 30 fentanyl pills from that dealer. Defendant came to CL's home in Herbert, and CL delivered that to the defendant. And CL received $900 for those pills. What the hell? 3 days later, February 14th, 2022, Eric said defendant had a Valentine's Day dinner at their Karma's home. Shortly after the dinner, Eric became very ill. Eric believed that he had been poisoned. Eric told a friend that he thought his wife was trying to poison him. So it's good. This is all in their paperwork. About 2 weeks later, the defendant contacted CL again, asking for another $900 of fentanyl pills. CL contacted the Ogden dealer again, February 26th, and procured the pills. The defendant told CL to leave them in an outdoor fire pit in the Midway house, and there was cash waiting there for her. 6 days later, March 4th, 2022, Eric was found deceased of a fentanyl overdose. Unfreaking real. The information is based on evidence obtained from the following witness. And it's the cop's name, Justin Hemingway, Deputy O'Driscoll. And this was filed May 8th, 2023. So there are more documents out there by the looks of things. I will have to go. I searched a little bit this morning, but I didn't have a hell of a lot of luck. Holy. Yes, thank you. Hit that real quick. It means a lot to me. I'm just now learning the importance of all this stuff. So if you've enjoyed the content, and you will love our chat, we got some great people. Hit that subscribe, and I would definitely hit that bell, because God only knows when I'm going to stream or send out a different video. It's all different times a day, usually daily, but I've been under the weather the last few, so I've been bad. So what do you guys think? What do you think of this woman? Unfreaking real, hey? So what's the next date? June 12th. I'll have to look. I think there's something coming up for her on June 12th. I'll get looking through the courts and see what I can find. And if there's more, I'll either, if it's short, I'll stream if I can. And if it's long, I'll either record it or stream it. I don't expect anything to be too long. I think they're just kind of doing some house cleaning right now. Absolutely crazy. Hey, James. Absolutely. So, guys, that is what I've got right now as far as Kouri Richins goes. You know, she didn't just eliminate him for her reasons. She took him away from his kids, his parents, his siblings, his everybody. For what? Money? Unreal. Unreal what people will actually do. So I'd love to know all your opinions. Put something down in the comments. Tell me what you think of this little witch. And let me know if there's anybody else you want some coverage on. I probably will be doing Koberger again. There's some stuff that's coming out as far as he goes. I've downloaded some more paperwork, so we can always go through that. And I'm going to watch and see what happens with this gal. I'll see if there is anything on her tomorrow. Like I said, I'll watch out for that. And yeah, I'd love to know what you think. Give me some ideas if there's somebody you guys want to check out. I can do some research on whoever you think you want to learn about. So thanks, guys, for hanging out with me. I always appreciate you guys. You're always fun. I always enjoy you guys. So Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.